Good morning. Hello, everyone. All right. My computer is giving me heck this morning. So let me see what it's asking for now. It wants me to log in everywhere. This is certainly fun. I'm finding it because I can't even get into Facebook to see it. Finally, I think we might have success. Good morning. Oh my goodness. All right. I think we're on. I think we're live. If you're live, just say hello and I'll know that you're here. Blue. Hello, Ricky. Good morning. Good morning. This is crazy, all this security that's going on. Anyway, yes, we are live. So good morning, everyone. That was like a real chore just to try to get Facebook to show me the live video. Okay. Wow. We're live. We're here. You're here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, the middle of the week, and that storm just keeps on plugging toward Florida. I had to get up and check this morning, and yeah, it's still out there. So, anywho, we're here. Deirdre, good morning on YouTube. Yes, happy hump day. It is the middle of the week. And let's see if anybody else. Marlene, good morning. Yeah, at the moment, we're still intact, Marlene. The storm is, it's already bringing rain and wind in, but it's like still way out there. My concern is for our peas in the northern part of the state or central north, that it might go in there and cause some damage. So yes, I am. Thank you, Marlene, for asking. And Auntie Jean is safe. And I think I heard her maybe get up. We'll see if she joins us. Anyway, Hope, hi, darling. Yes, we're doing well. Hope, I was just saying, I don't think the storm is going to come in right where we are, but I'm concerned for some of our other peas and really want to wrap my arms around them and send Archangel Michael over all of Florida, but especially over our pea family. So let's go into our hearts. Hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. Add in the love. Love is that beautiful energy that heals us. Gratitude is what lifts us higher. So love and gratitude this morning to everyone listening, anyone who might find this later. sending out that energy. Doesn't that feel good to start your day with just pausing for a breath, taking in that wonderful energy? And Deirdre said the weather has been weird. Had the air on yesterday near 80 and the heat on today at 44. Yeah, sometimes that has happened to me as well, where it's really, 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 really cold. And then all of a sudden you think it's summertime. It's crazy. But anyway, this morning, how are we doing? It's the middle of the week. And I'm going to get right to that blog that the angels gave last night. I had a beautiful day yesterday, absolutely magnificent here in Florida. And the blog was called Great Fuel. Be grateful in every moment. Roy T. Bennett says, attitude is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Optimism is a choice. Kindness is a choice. Giving is a choice. Respect is a choice. Whatever choice you make makes you. So choose wisely. My time here in Florida is winding down just as a storm approaches the state. Choices. We decided to wait until after she makes her landfall and clears out of here before we hit the road. I've lived here long enough to understand that you can't know for sure exactly where the bullseye is until the last moment, but you can be guided by intuition to know if you need to skedaddle or stay put. I had lunch with a friend today who lives here, and she didn't even know there was a storm. In talking to her, though, her intuition said she was fine where she is. I have come to depend on my intuition the same way over the last 50 years of living in Florida. As I sat with my friend Tammy at the Great Fuel Cafe, I knew all was well in our world. We caught up on mutual friends, changes taking place in our neighborhood, and exciting happenings in both our lives. It was a good day. It was a very good day. Looking back over the last few weeks, I'm grateful to have visited with so many amazing people who have been instrumental in supporting the Peace on Earth tour and for having met new friends while here. It reinforced what my dear friend Bob Miller used to tell me every day. Life should be fun. Dear angels, you often remind me that we are only here for a minute. Every day I say that to myself and try to fit in every ounce of happiness and joy during my minute on earth. While some days are better than others, I am grateful for each one with its special blessings and new experiences. I feel that gratitude really is the secret ingredient of life. Dear ones, your inner happiness will be in direct proportion to your gratitude. With such a simple equation, it would seem that happiness would be in abundance on your planet. So many times, however, worry and anxiety, fear, and the inability to move past those things which seem so monumental deplete your energy. Dear ones, think of gratitude instead of anger, malice, and revenge. Let gratitude become the only thought you substitute for these perceptions. It really is your choice whether to live a life of gratitude or a life filled with challenge and strife. We love you so dearly and want only good experiences for you. What is your desire? Good question there, angels. What is our desire? What do we want? Do we want to wake up every day grumpy and unhappy and affect the others in our world like that? If you live with someone, a spouse, a roommate, and you wake up in that kind of mood, how does that affect that other person that's there with you? It doesn't just affect the person feeling the feelings. If I'm happy, I've noticed that those around me join in the happiness. I happen to be upset about something or fearful, which doesn't happen very often, but sometimes there's anxiety. I've noticed that in those around me. So it really is contagious, whatever choice we're making to be. And that was the message that the angels wanted us to understand, that it's not just about us. We make that choice. The same way with those who are around us. They make a choice to join in our grumpiness or our happiness or stay in their own vibration. But it does have an effect. It does put an energy out from us. Whatever our vibration is, it goes beyond us. So let me see. Elena, good morning. Catherine Kovacs, Kathleen Caputo. And Deirdre says, gratitude and smiles, a big hug are my riches. Yes, Jasmine, good morning. Jasmine says, life should indeed be fun. And Blue says, the wind shifted and now comes from the north. It was 29 degrees and temp is headed up, not a cloud in the sky. Well, our whole sky is cloudy today. It's very overcast. And I know that is the storm getting closer and moving in. And Blue says, waggle butts in your general direction. Those waggle butts just make life so fun, don't they? When I think of that expression that my friend Bob would tell me every day, he'd send me a text during the end of his life. I knew him the last few years of his life, and every day he would send me that message. He'd want to know how I was doing and, how my mood was and what was going on in the world. And then he'd say, Teri, life should be fun. Get out there, swing on the swing set, slide down the slide, be a kid again, be innocent and free, and just let life hug you. Let it give you that wonderful energy that it's there to give. And I listened to that man. I listened to him intently, and he made such a difference in my life. And I hope that with the words that I shared, that it makes a difference in your life, that you will understand how important it is to be a child, how important it is to get out there and just laugh at life. Laugh at it. We take it so seriously. The angels say, you humans, you love to complicate things. You love to go into the fear and the anxiety when there may not be anything at all to fear. It may just be, smoking mirrors. It may be something that was a possibility that didn't come to be. And here you are, all upset. And, I even said something to Jean yesterday. I said, we can't get upset until we know that there is danger. We can be wary, yes, we can prepare, but why do we get upset and anxious? Let's go about our day in fun. Oh, Deirdre, you are my favorite happy human angel. Thank you, Deirdre. Oh my gosh, I love you all so much. Every day, I try my best to stay in my high vibration. There are things that bring me down, such as my non-doctor visit yesterday, the doctor visit that didn't happen because of rules and regs and paperwork and whatever. But I was okay with that. I was okay with, all right, that wasn't meant to be for today. But in the moment that they said that it wasn't going to happen, I did get upset. I did go outside. I did call my insurance company. So, there's times, there's experiences that we're not going to smile and say, okay, life is fun. We're going to just deal with whatever it is and then move on. And you're right, Hope, I didn't need it. And that is what I said to the insurance lady on the phone. And she even asked, are you okay? Do you need, this? It was a follow-up appointment. And I said, I really don't feel like I need it. I know I'm okay. I know that I have healed from the breast surgery, the cancer surgery. And I don't feel like I need that one. I've seen 2 other cancer doctors since I'm here. I don't think I need this 3rd one. And she was just agreeing with me, an insurance person that agreed that I didn't need to go to the doctor. I was like, all right, life is great. I'm going to go on and meet my friend for lunch now. And that's exactly what I did. And I met her. We had an amazing visit. And that incident was forgotten. It's like, okay, move along, and that's the choices that we have to make. And that was the whole gist of the blog yesterday. We make choices in every moment. I could have let it ruin my day that I didn't get in to see that particular doctor, but I didn't. I said, okay, obviously it's not meant to happen right now. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. And even when I talked to the staff at the doctor's office, you don't want to reschedule? No, I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay. And so choices, every moment we choose, how are we going to respond to things that happen to us? How are we going to show up in this world? Are we going to show up as that angry person that makes demands and has to be right and has to have our way? Or are we going to say, okay, obviously, that's not going to happen. Let me move on to my next experience. And this is really how I have come to live my life now. If it's a closed door and I'm not going through it, okay, there's another door. So I know that there are so many choices in life. I want to choose the high vibrating ones. I want to choose the ones where I'm going to end up in the happy door and going through that experience instead of one that may not be so happy. So Kuan Yin has a message for us. The brightness of your future. Listen to your discontent, your yearning. You want something true. You should not just be quiet and get back to your day job or how things have been, as if you were making a drama out of nothing. You are meant to be moved by these feelings, to become more alive. Trust in the brightness of what is meant to be. Thank you, Kuan Yin. You were listening to me just now, weren't you? And I pulled that card before we even started the show. I had no idea what it said, but trust in the brightness of your future. Those choices that you make, just know if you're following your gut intuition, if you are listening to your higher power, you're going to experience the brightness of your future and not the grumpy, oh my gosh, type of energy. It's just going to be beautiful. So allow, accept, align, allow, as our Marietta would tell us. Suzanne, good morning. You heard Blue Jean calling your name. Yes, yes, I saw her calling people in. Julie Kiss, good morning. Oops, what did I hit? Stacy, oh my gosh, our Stacy is here. Stacy, I hope you buttoned down the hatches. I sent you a message out last night, hoping that you're doing well and asking if everything was all boarded up and preparing for some high winds coming your way. I know you're safe. I feel it, that you are definitely safe. And I said that to Jean even yesterday. I think Stacy's going to be okay. I know the storm's coming in near her probably, but I know you're okay. Thank you all for being here. What a beautiful, beautiful family this morning. Good morning, Kathy Hand. And Stacy said, I saw it this morning. We are almost ready. Yeah. I don't think it's going to affect you much at all, Stacy. I know that you're protected by Michael. So just call on that and put the shield of Archangel Michael around your house. And the same with all the other Florida peeps. Linda Lemieux, Terry Gilstad, Catherine Kovacs, all of you that are up that way, Oksana, just know that you're protected and do what you need to do. But just, you were snoring when I texted you. Yeah, I was writing the blog actually, Stacy, and you came into my mind. And I thought, well, I just need to check on her and make sure that she's doing okay and aware of what's going on with the storm. So I'm glad that you are okay, Stacy, and that you're going to stay safe inside of that beautiful little house you got there. It is prayer day. It's the day that we revisit all the names that are on our list and asking that you give us updates or add to it, whatever. And see what's going on here. The computer, okay. It's doing something wonky. But that's all right. So as we read through the names, just let me know if there's a change. Let me know if there's someone that has passed maybe, or someone who's gotten better, or if there's a new person to add on to the list. And we'll gladly do that. I love that we have this ministry, that we have a list of people that you have brought to us. Our P's have asked us to pray for certain people, and that's certainly what we do. So, that being said, let me pull up the list. Julie says, my prayers with all that need them. Thank you, Julie. And Stacy says, have a wonderful day. I'm heading to the store for my heart meds and a few last minute things. Prayers to all. Thank you. Kathleen, please say an extra prayer for baby Haven. Has another health scare and his mom is asking for extra prayers. We most certainly will, Kathleen. And thank you for that. And I'm really hoping that we are sending out love letters to baby Wyatt. We have his address, and if you don't have it and want it, I'll make sure that you get it, because we need to be encouraging these young ones and letting them know they're not alone during this scary time in their lives when they're in the hospital and they're trying their best to have the strength to keep moving forward. So our peapod prayer list, we pray for all of the P's for peace. Every one of you, you're so important and you're so loved. I want you to know that. And we also pray for peace on earth, for that wonderful energy of just being and staying in our lanes and allowing each other to have that moment of respect, mutual respect and honor. And that's what will bring peace, is we honor each other and respect each other and give more love to each other. So as we say each name, just remember, this is somebody that a loved one has asked us to hold in our arms, have asked us to pray for. And thank you, Suzanne, for that update. Your mom is better. Awesome. So we pray for Prachetta, Prachir and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Mill, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters, and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim Hawkins, and especially their son, Brian. And I think Brian is out of the hospital right now. He's doing okay, hanging in there, waiting to be put on a transplant list. So please keep lifting him up. Sheila and Kevin Gooden, Gary, our dear brother James, who made his transition. The family is gathering on Saturday to honor him. So please keep all of our family in your prayer, and James's dear children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and all those who love him so much. Loretta and Cecil Boone and their family, Joanne Castrillo, and especially Jackie, her daughter, who's in the hospital right now, and her grandson, Eris, Deirdre, and her daughter, Dania and Thump, Deirdre's sister, Steph, and husband, Bob, Adriel, Joni, Tia Fernetti, Nancy Sanger, Mickey, Suzanne Millard, who says her mom is doing better. I'm so glad to hear that news, Suzanne. And prayers for your daughters, Jillian and Jackie, and your granddaughter and your sister. Marietta and Ed, let's please keep them lifted up. They are in their boat up in Gainesville, so they could be affected by the storm that's going up that way. And good girl, Pearl. And I'm going to add Mr. Wiggles in there. The family of Claude down in the Keys, who recently passed, and Raquel. Leo Harley and family, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio and their family, Jean and Ron Lorio and their family, and soon Jean will be reunited with her darling husband and her 2 fur babies. So prayers as we make our way toward Texas for that to happen. Christina and Carrie Lethwich and family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, your family and your fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa and Rose De La Rosa, Kathy and Bob Hand and your family, especially Colin and Marlena, Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and wife, Pat Moss, your daughter and your grandchildren. I'm so glad you got to see your grandchildren last weekend. And your sister, Susan, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, and his brother Raymond and wife Kathy, Hope Wellington Marshall and Zina, and your parents, Winston and Cynthia, who just had some huge celebrations. And so glad you got to be with them for that, Hope. Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, Grayson, Regina, and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and grandkids, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah Langren, Oksana and your mom, Amber, Jenna, Katia, Maximus and his teacher, and my darling nephew, Donnie, just showed up on the morning show. Donnie, we're praying for you and all of your family as you celebrate James's life on Saturday. Herb, Darlene, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese, and daughters Inesh and Teresa, Beata and her daughter Juliana, Linda and Dick Lemieux and their sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and all your children and grandchildren, and hoping that you stay safe from the storm coming in. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave up in Vermont and their fur babies, Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, Pam Moore, Gordy's family and friends, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie Woodside, just moved to Pennsylvania, loving you, Brookie, and your family, and praying for baby Maxwell growing in Brookie's tummy, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel Fullerton, Lillian in Norway and all her family, Kathleen Caputo, Colleen Straw, baby Wyatt and mom Mandy, special prayers for baby Haven. And let's add his mom in there, who has asked for extra prayers today for Haven. Kat, Steve, Candy, and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont. And good morning, Darlene. Thank you for joining. Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and all her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk, her daughter, her grandson, and her sister Tracy, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom, Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family and her sister-in-law, Diane Bertut, Jeannie and sister Merle, Jeannie's husband, who's been in and out of the hospital, Boulder, Colorado, which is where I'm headed, Michelle, Deb Goldberg, Crystal and Dean Nobles, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Ria and her family, Sherry Gatewood, Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Crincoli and her friends here in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fadil, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James with the liver problem, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Terry Gilstad, and the Eye of the Storm. Let's lift Terry and her family up. The Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Ulfick, and I think Rick might be back in the hospital, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Bob Simon and Sherry Otis, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's mom and her niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Joseph, Miles and Sarah, Tim Carol Hawks, Carl, Brutus the dog and Augie the dog, Chris Blake, Dante, Cherry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and family, the areas of Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, Joanne McConnew, the Changes Retreat participants, Teresa Gloria, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Matt, Noel and housemate, James Schultz family, Julie Kiss and your mom, Cynthia. And thank you for being here this morning, Julie. Courtney, Lucinda, Ryan, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Kampemans, Paula Flores family, especially Sonny and Hunter, Peggy, Pat O'Connor, Zoe Charles, Erica Fagels, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes, and your mom, Jewel, Joanne and Leo, Sam, the area of Florida being hit again by another storm, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdelski, EC, Shelley Newman and Terry Newman, Iris, Jen and Norm, Sharon Grant, Keith, Joe H., Ollie the Cat, Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, Dick Walters, Milton Carvajal, Tiffany Ingalls' father, and Sharon. So please say this prayer with me as we think of all of those names on our prayer list. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Thank you to everyone who held these names up in prayer as they were said. And our prayer together is that God sees and answers each one, and let it be for the best and highest good of all. We don't know what the answers are. We don't know what's for the best, but we trust and we have faith and we believe that that will come to fruition in God's divine plan. So now, let's send love into Mama Gaia. So just breathe it into your heart and send it down into our earth with all the tumultuous happenings that are going on. Just ask for calm and for peace on our earth, that we may have world peace. And I know it is possible. So that's our prayer. And then breathe in that love and let's give it to each other. So we say on the count of 3, 2, 1, thank you, I love you, and namaste, y'all. Thank you for being here today. It was such a delight to see everyone come in. And those that are new, welcome. Those that are back, welcome. So happy to see you here on the Morning Cuppa. And every day we just share love. Love is the energy that heals us. So if you are on our prayer list, I pray that you received those blessings that we sent out to you from our heart as we sent the love. Hi, Mary Crincoli. Thank you for being on this morning. So it's Wednesday. Let's go out and make it wonderful. Have fun. Be a kid again. Do something today that brings a smile to your face. Say something today that warms somebody's heart. And let love always be at the center of everything that you do. There's our Ricky and Josie. Good morning. So we're winding down our time here in Florida, as I said earlier. Only a couple more days left. And so pray for Jean and I as we have to get that car packed in the rain, and hoping that after the storm does what it does, it'll be sunshine and we won't have to worry about running out there in the rain to get everything packed away. And then as we head down up the road and over toward Texas, just keep us lifted in your prayers, if you would, for safety on that path to bringing her home to Texas. I know Texas will never be the same, will it? No, Auntie Jean will never be the same after this experience that she's had on her ride along in the Angel Mobile. So thank you all. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you later. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.